What's going on, everyone? ODC here, and I am here with another kind of live stream hangout. It's a little bit late on Batman Day, but and I haven't done like a themed hangout. I don't think really like a themed character hangout in years. But I Batman's an important character to me growing up and such. Same thing goes for Superman, Shazam, Martian Manhunter, and a plethora of other DC characters. DC growing up for me was a very important company as far as a comic book company and just as far as a culture for me growing up. I just thought I'd spend some time just shoot the shit with you guys and hang out, and we can just talk some Batman and have some fun. Enjoy doing it while we're all here. I'd also thought I would just kind of just showcase some figures and some future reviews and stuff, and even some figures I've already reviewed that I just enjoy just kind of chatting about. So, yeah, I'll just wait for some people to trickle in, and then, we'll get all started up here. I hope everybody had a good week and enjoyed themselves. I'm going to go ahead and get my microphone because I don't have a damn microphone. So I will be right back. Sorry, I just realized that. Of course, I get everything else set up, and then I realize, Woodman, what's going on? Happy late night Batman Day to you all. All right, sorry if there's any microphone issues or rubbing or anything like that while I'm putting my mic on. Hopefully everybody can hear me clearly and good. And Truglia, how's it going? How you doing? Welcome to the Hangout live stream, whatever you want to call it. All that fun stuff, all that jazz, Man, what a week! What a week it has been for me. Trying to get some family stuff going for the weekend, and we had family members cancel for you know issues and stuff like that, just scheduling issues, I guess. Even though we scheduled stuff ahead of time, but it is. I hate saying it is what it is, but I hate saying it. Ugh. It is what it is. It's just like the dumbest thing to say. I don't know. I just hate saying that. But we end up finding ourselves saying the stupid things that we hate sometimes. So I don't know. Yeah, I just thought this was just a fun thing to do. I wanted to do something for Batman Day. I ended up working a little bit later than I thought I was going to be working, and I don't work at nights. Excuse me. You're doing well in Truglia, or Truglia. I'm sorry for the new three Joker McFarlane figures that we got shown today. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that Batgirl too. The Batgirl looks pretty awesome. That first Batgirl that they released, I was like, ugh, get that shit out of my face. And then the I guess I want to say the more like it looks kind of like New 52 meets, you know, Arkham Knight Batman or Batgirl, excuse me, design. They look really good. I don't think I had a chance to check out the Jokers, but I will right now. I just haven't been on social media all day, pretty much. So I'm playing a little bit of catch up, but I did check out the new, whatchamacallits. Oh, they got another. I guess they got another Red Hood, which looks awesome. Whoa, whoa, whoa! That is a good looking Red Hood right there. I'm just gonna set him aside really quick. And look at that Red Hood, man. If you guys know me, you know I'm a big Red Hood fan. I've been a Red Hood fan since Under the Red Hood. The initial story arc came out. I own the whole series. I own the trade. I own pretty much anything that has to do with Jason Todd. He's not necessarily the best Robin, but he's my favorite Robin, okay? But yeah, it looks damn good. Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to get that right there. I'm already sending images of Strident, even though he probably already saw him. But, yeah. I'm going to check out these. Yeah, it's definitely a good... Brenda, how you doing? It's definitely a awesome looking Red Hood. It's simple. I've always been yearning because we've been getting for years the Bat Family Red Hood for the longest time with the bat symbol, red bat symbol on his chest. We constantly get that, and we've gotten multiple different versions. We've got what, like 6 different versions of that kind of stylistic look. But I'm still looking for that initial villain Jason Todd under the red hood look. I'm looking for that. So I don't know, maybe in a future anniversary, celebrating the Under the Red Hood series, comic series, we can get that. I'm hoping that we eventually get just a classic looking Red Hood. That would be fantastic. And by classic, I mean the Jason Todd classic. We have a couple of Joker classics, but yeah, this backer looks absolutely splendid. I love it. Sorry, I have a really shitty lighting glare, and yes, I have to clean my my screen here. It's not the cleanest right now. Holy shit, it's pretty bad. But that Batgirl looks pretty awesome. And damn, that Batman looks fantastic. Oh my god, yes, we're finally getting a gray and black Batman with the yellow bat symbol on his chest. Oh my lord. Yes. Thank you, DC McFarlane. This is why like a lot of people will give DC McFarlane a lot of shit. They'll make fun of them and call them McStatues and stuff, and I'm like, guys, they have like dope ass articulation. They might not have like the articulation that everyone's expecting in their heads, but it's their style. You know, DCUC's had their own style, you know, and those 3 Jokers look pretty damn good. I definitely want Trenchcoat Dude. Trenchcoat Dude looks pretty awesome. I want to check out and see more photos of these two. I like the stylistic changes in the faces. He's not so skinny anymore. He kind of has like a wider forehead. Let me get this stupid glare out of the face. So I dig the kind of a little bit more. How do I say this? A lot of people draw the Joker skinny as shit, long chinned, pointy, downward nosed, where more like him, but they'll always skinny up his face like to the nth degree. And it's nice to see that they kind of widened out his head on this one. It's just a nice little breath of fresh air when you see a little bit of stylistic change in him. And I'm not even a big fan of the Joker, to be honest with you. I could care less about the Joker. He's not even my favorite. He was not even in my top 10 DC villains, or even, I would say, top 5. He kind of gets overdone, to be honest with you. Like, they've built him up where it's like, just go away. He's got X-Pac heat with me. Oh, my God. Yeah, the Strident's already put messaging me back. Yeah, man, the bat... Shit. I got to message him back, too, man. The shit. That's all I sent him was shit. All that shit looks good. Um, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to just shoot the shit with you guys. It's actually nice that thanks for bringing those reveals up because they would have slipped my mind today. Gaz, how's it going, bud? Gaz says, yeah, but the question is, will DC McFarlane give us an ultimate Bat family member, Bat Dusty? Drop the bionic Bat elbow. Yeah, baby, that's right. I'm gonna drop the Bat elbow on your bionic forehead, baby. We're gonna spruce it up a little bit. Everybody gets mad at Gaz because he incites the Dusty in me. Sorpox, what's going on, buddy? So I just shot my video for the Le Bat Cycle, which I'm actually pairing this Bat Cycle up, and you'll see it how geeked I am about this Bat Cycle. Oh, I love it. I'm definitely pairing it up with the old Ascending Knight Batman. I feel like it just, I don't know why. You can pair it up with any Batman you want. Obviously, they're meant to go with the DC McFarlane stuff, but you can put them with anything. Really, it's all 6-inch, 7-inch scaled. I think it works, but it really works with the Mezcos because the Mezcos are a little bit like thicker framed, if you know what I mean. Like, just for example, I'm sure we all know this. I'm just pointing it out again for the umpteenth time. If you take like the McFarlane stuff, I love it. Don't get me wrong, and it's definitely like a larger scale, taller, a little bit skinny sometimes in the frame, you know. And like I said, it's still a growing process for McFarlane toys and stuff like that. But yeah, when you see the thicker framedness of a Mezco, it's just damn. So many years I gave Mezco shit, and now it's just like I'm definitely not going. There's certain figures that I enjoy. Definitely, I blame Strident for all this, by the way, with all his damn reviews. And if you guys haven't checked out Strident's reviews on the Mezco Batman, what was it? The Ascending Knight, Sovereign Knight, and Supreme Knight. Go check those three out because they're fantastic. Actually, stop watching me right now and go watch those because they're really good reviews and very in depth. And he actually sold me on all three. So, you know. But I'm giving this Bat Cycle to the Ascending Knight Batman. I don't know, it just screams younger, a little bit less experienced Batman to me. The Bat Cycle, it looks like a prototype of some sort. I don't know. I know it's from the White Knight storyline. Kind of wasn't a big fan of that storyline. Just gonna be honest with you. There's a lot of missing logic within that story. But I'm not going to get into all that because this isn't a White Knight review. But I just read that story. I know it's like 2 years or what was it? Came out to like 2018 or 2019, something like that. I just wasn't a big fan. It's like, why would the police work with the Joker just because he took a pill and he's reformed? Air quotes, reformed. It's like, how about all the hundreds and thousands of people that he's murdered in the past? All of a sudden he takes a pill and he's fine. You trust that? Wow, GCPD, you look like idiots. And then they had to try to make Batman the villain. I just wasn't feeling it. And I tried. I was like, no. So, not a big fan of that story. He's saying, oh, woman, come on, you know you love Dusty. That's right, baby. I'm Dusty Rose, baby, and I live with a dog named Dusty. It's the Dusty Show. Here at the bay window. Couldn't help myself with that one. All right, so expect this is going to be the next review for the Bat Cycle. Expect that. And then I got this dirt cheap, and I really had mixed feelings about this, and I got to move him out of the way. I really had mixed feelings about this. and it doesn't. I wasn't sure how I still feel about this. It's definitely a unique design, and I have a couple other vehicles that are Batman related coming that are around the same price point. I think when they even came out, but I did pick up the McFarlane Bat Raptor, which it's definitely a unique design. It reminds me of the Havoc, the GI Joe Havoc, with the laying down forward design. And there are actual vehicles that have a laying down design, but I picked this up. I just love the way the rear end of this Bat Raptor looks. It kind of sounded like it farted when I turned it there when I was talking about rear ends and stuff. I just love the way this looks. I'm gonna have to back up my camera a little bit. That just looks like, if you don't even look at the rest of it, you just look at that. It's like, damn, that's intimidating. It reminds me of like some sort of like I don't know, like futuristic like Lamborghini or something, like Lamborghini on HGH or some shit. The bat treads are awesome, and the bat treads continue on to the front. But expect a review on this too, because it's definitely a unique design to say the least. And yeah, I don't know. It's more of a modern look, and I dig that McFarlane is actually going and taking. Ooh, sorry, I'm trying to adjust my camera so it's hitting level. They're taking risks and doing things with vehicles that you normally wouldn't probably touch on. How many people want a trike? Not that many people, right? Um, uh, but yeah, so it's nice to see. It's refreshing. I'm really hoping for a McFarlane Batmobile sometime soon. I don't have a problem spending a little bit of money for a really well sculpted, tightly put together, rubber wheeled Batmobile. I still held on. There were so many times where I was like, I'm gonna get rid of it. I might get rid of it. I know, what was it? Strident got rid of his, but I held on to that animated Batmobile. I'm so thankful I did, because the fucking ungodly prices that it goes for now is, it's like through the roof for that. I remember I had way back when the Batwing came out, and I'm still kicking myself for not getting that. That's something special I should have got, because I don't think they're gonna make another Batwing. Maybe they'll make a Keaton Batwing down the road, but that's a little bit on the smaller side compared to the animated one, which is like a boat and a half. It's like a yacht, that thing. Um, but at one point it was like, I think it was something like $60, and I passed on it, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. I don't have a space for it at the time, and I should have just bought it. I should have just bought it. Because now I want to hang it from my ceiling, and now I can't do that because it's like $300. It's stupid. I want the 40 style car with the bat shield on the front. It'd be a really cool series, and it would have to be a very short-lived series because you can't do too many of them. But if McFarlane did like every year he just came out with a different style of era for a Batmobile. That would be very difficult to do, I think. You really would have to get people to really want to have to spend probably $100 for a really well detailed, well painted, functional Batmobile, And it doesn't have to be like bells and whistles, lights and strobe lights and disco ball and everything included, but I still think that, to have some features, you got to have some features if you got a Batmobile. I don't mind if we just got a car that rolls, kind of like the animated series one, where maybe just the inside lights light up, and maybe just the reflector lights in the front or the headlights light up. Simple stuff like that. If you take away just the lights in general and make some functionality features for each one, I'm sure a lot of people are going to want the '60s one, which I grew up liking it, but I think I grew out of that car. It's cool. It's a cool classic looking car, but I think that's where it stops. I think there's better Batmobile designs. Like I would love to get the Arkham Asylum Batmobile. I think that would be a fantastic choice. Let me bring in some more. We'll bring in some more people in here. I really haven't been spending too much money on action figures other than trying to just get some variations of the Batmans from Mezco. So, I mean, that's pretty much all I've been spending any money on. Got a couple of Mythic Legions and got some Joy Toy figures, and that's pretty much been the last like 2 months. That's about it. So, what was it? I do have this little gentleman, which I actually got for a really good price, the body, and I decided to go with, and it's a very simple thing, and I'm sure some people have seen it, but I'm trying to get like some sort of timeline here, and I'm just like screwing it up royally. But we'll get that over there. We'll get Ninja Bruce. We'll get pre-Batman Ninja, just Ninja Bruce over here. There we go. How's that look? Oh, he is washed out like crazy. Let me switch my lighting here. No, that's just making it worse. There we go. I'll just bring him in a little closer. That'll help. There we go. Then we'll bring him in behind. Bring in the Sovereign Knight over here. And then we'll bring in Old Man over here. All right. There we go. I mean, I just think it's a really nice little timeline you've got here, kind of Bruce throughout his career right there. But what was I talking about? What the hell was I doing? Oh, yeah, Batmobiles. So, Batmobiles I think would be really cool. I would definitely, like I said, love the Arkham Asylum version. That would be fantastic. What's the McFarlane Adam West Batmobile costs? 100. Yeah, I think that would probably be anywhere from like 80 to 100. I think for a Batmobile is probably what it would cost, I think. But McFarlane, he always pulls rabbits out of his hats and his ass or whatever saying you want to go with there. He always pulls a rabbit out of his hat and just goes with, the cheaper option or the cheaper version or whatever. So you never know with him. Let's just bring in a couple more Bat people. Oh, I love this figure. It's so good. So damn good. Hopefully I can get everybody in the shot. And we'll bring him back over here. I'm just putting them in the back because they're taller. It's not like order of operations or anything like that. There we go. All of the Bat people. The people of Bat. I'm trying to really back some of this lighting off here. Oh, another figure that I absolutely adore. And this is actually series 1 of the animated Batman here. I'm just trying to Batman up the screen. Get in there, turkey. There we go. Oh, and there they all go. There's nothing I can do about that. All right. Stop. Drop. Shut them down. Open up shop. Oh. No. That's how Rough Riders roll. What else do we got? We'll bring in the Batman. Hey, what are you guys doing? You gonna have a party without me? Sorry. Okay, we'll just put him right there. Hopefully his leg isn't getting loosey-goosey on me. That wouldn't be fun if you're getting gooseyed. That's, I want to say for the longest time, this was actually my favorite Batman, one of my favorite Batman suits. I love that Batman suit, the Batman Begins one. And we can't have a party without Mr. Keats, so we'll put Keats over here. Mr. Keats right there. Still on the fence if I want to get that Figure Arts version. Um, Although I haven't done my homework and checked out any reviews yet on the Figure Arts Keats, but he looks pretty good though. I know he's probably gonna be a smaller scale, and that's the turnoff with most people, but you know. And then we got to have this. I'm actually was watching this as soon as I got home. I actually been watching this last few days. Just can't put it down. It's always, I swear to God, whenever it gets closer to October, it's like Batman the animated series must be watched. All that tech and all that money, and he can't even get a voice box. That's right. Well, he did eventually. Oh, there they all go again. It's gonna be like this all night. I think it's usually him. He's kind of got weak ankles. There goes young Bruce. Poor young Bruce. I'd like to get like a suited body, like a regular suited body for this Bruce head, the young Bruce head, or even just the Sovereign Knight head. I think the Sovereign Knight head might work better because it's a little bit older. I think it's pretty much essentially the same head. It's just got a little bit of gray in the hair. Let me see if I can pick him up without knocking all the other people over. Sorry, it's like taking forever to do. I love this Thomas Wayne Batman. He's so cool. It's definitely the best Thomas Wayne Batman that we've got so far. There we go. So there's a bunch of bat people. Back that ass up really quick. You can't get a voice box. That's funny. Be cooler to get the Adam West Bat Cycle with the sidecar, in my opinion. I think that it's a wonderful bike overlooked. Oh, yeah. I'm not into sidecars. I don't know. Even as a kid, like when I would see it, I'd watch religiously with my uncle. I would watch, rest in peace, Uncle Barry. I would watch with him Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and whenever I see that sidecar, I'm just like, you could be Sean Connery, one of the coolest guys in the world, and then you're in a sidecar, and it's just like, yeah, you're in a sidecar. I just can't take people seriously that are in a sidecar. I don't know. It's just a little joke. I'm not being dead serious, but yeah, Yeah, so I'm working through this series, and you really don't realize. And I just want to kind of talk Batman in the animated series for a minute, and feel free to chime in with any of your kind of feelings or thoughts on the Batman the animated series. But I really think like next to Justice League Unlimited, I think it's like one of the premier series on television. It got numerous awards, and the awards aside, when you just look at the product, like it was just so well written, especially for the early '90s. Like, just damn, there's just so many stories, and if it would have continued. Hey Andy, what's going on, bro? If it would have continued, it probably would have gotten better and better and better, and it lasted 10 years, essentially. I'm pretty sure it lasted around 10 years because the animated series, there's Batman the animated series, and then what was it? The Adventures Continue, right? Or no, The New Adventures of Batman. What the hell am I talking about? Ugh. New Adventures of Batman, and then I would love it if they just kind of came out with more, like The Adventures Continue, like they named it after that, what was it, the DC Collectibles toy line, when they came out with Red Hood, and they're coming out with Azrael still, and a bunch of other stuff. Like, there's so many other stories that they could touch on through that animated series lens. Like, they even touched a little bit on Bane twice, and The Adventures Continue, or not The Adventures, I keep saying that. The New Adventures of Batman. But in Batman the Animated Series, they gave Bane's classic look, and then kind of that new age look with the choker necklace, which I was not a big fan of his S&M look. But yeah, guys, the Justice League Unlimited figures, Brenda, were awesome, and the show itself, I think it's the best show ever made by DC. And it's really tough to say because I love Batman the Animated Series so much, but there's a little bit more variety with Justice League Unlimited, and you always got something fresh and new. There's some filler with Batman. There's some filler with Justice League Unlimited. I love them both, and it's so hard to choose because one is just essentially about one character, and the other one is about a plethora of characters working together as a team. So I mean, it's a tough pick there. And the kicker with Batman the Animated Series is that it was so cool because the majority of even episodes weren't even really featuring Batman. Sometimes he was almost a side character with most of some of the stories, and I think that's even a bigger testament to how great that show was. You know, I don't know. Batman do be looking like a bat doe. A bat doe? What's a bat doe? Like a dove? Like a deer? Like a deer? A doe? What story what was I talking about earlier? Oh, the White Knight story? Yeah, it's not a big fan of that. I don't know if you read it, Andy, but yeah, not a big fan of the White Knight story. I like some of the designs in it. What was that one Batman teams up with everyone like Wildcat and Aquaman? Yeah, that was Justice League Unlimited. Because I think that was one of the episodes where they kind of touched on the Justice Society, the JLA. So, and then they kind of show that Batman was trained by Wildcat in boxing, and he was also trained by what was it in the Batman the Animated Series? They actually had a whole a story called just Zatanna and how her father actually trained him as an escape artist, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, Andy, I don't blame you. Don't I kind of read it just because I was bored. I didn't really have I don't know, I was just bored and I was like, oh, I'll just read this. What's the hoopla about? What's all the fuss? Because they're coming out with figures left and right. They're coming out with the bat cycle, and I was just like, I'll give it a shot. Yeah, I'm just not feeling that. Not feeling that. Not feeling Batman's design with the collar and the popped collar or whatever he's doing there. Just the thigh high boots. I don't know why they keep trying to put Batman in thigh high boots. Just stop doing that shit, guys. Please stop putting Batman in thigh high boots. What was it? The Thrill Killer, Thrill Seeker, whatever the hell it was. No, it wasn't Thrill Seeker. Because now I'm thinking wrestling. And now I'm going off on tangent, and you can literally see the ADD happening right before your eyes. I think it was the Thrill Killer Batman. Hoopla? Yes. Yeah, Wildcat's awesome. He's another one of my favorite characters in the DC universe. That's another Grail figure I think for me is to get. I have the purple version of the DC Universe Classics Wildcat. I'd like to get the black version of him. That's another figure I just kept putting off getting, and then I think at the time when I was in the early years of the ODC That's Me channel, back in ye old 2012, I was looking at a bunch of them. They were like just not selling well at all. So I think they were on like clearance. Wildcat was. Even the variant was like I think at the time $20. But that back then, $20 was a little bit more expensive. It felt more like $30, and then $30 felt like 40. You know how that goes. Hoopla means hype or fuss or, you know. I know I'm really showing my age with my vocabulary here. Jason Tran, what's going on, bud? He says, "Hey to ODC. I wish they made a series like JLU and Batman the Animated Series instead of cartoons these days." Yeah, I know. Cartoons these days are very. They're very. They're for kids that have the attention span of a gnat. You know, it's like, oh, we did this thing. Now let's go do this silly thing that has nothing to do with this thing, and there's no plot and there's no relevance, and they're just doing things and making loud noises to keep your attention. You know. Brenda says, "Yeah, I happened to get both colored Wildcats when they were first at Target." Oh, you're lucky, because yeah, it was definitely most of them. I think it was mostly with DCUCs. It was the Walmart exclusives that were the bane of everyone's existence back then. I remember trying to find those damn Walmart exclusive DC Universe classics, and I just every time I went to a Walmart, I wanted to punch something because you couldn't find shit ever. And it's like wow, we look back now in 2021, and there's still not shit down the aisle. So, um, but yeah, so Woodman said, "Is Batman the top hero with the most costumes?" I wonder. I mean, he's definitely got to be up there. He's definitely got to be up there. The variations have got to. I would be curious as to see how many he has as far as variations or differentiations throughout the years. But I mean, it's got to be a lot. You know, especially if you're including the movies and stuff. Oh my lord, the movies, the comics, the toys. There's so many different variations. It's insane. But if we're just talking comics, there's still a ton. You know, there's Elseworld Batmans, and do you consider Owlman a variation of Batman, seeing as he's just an evil version of Batman? Does that count? I don't know. These are questions that I need answered. You know. But yeah, so I don't know. What else would we like to see? I don't know. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I keep saying I don't know, like I'm gonna come up with an answer. But let's see here. Let us see here. I know it's a little bit later too, so I might make this short as well. Is that the NECA Keaton Batman? Yes, it is. This guy right here. That is him right there. That is Mr. NECA Keaton Batman. That came with the 89 DVD. It was kind of like a combo set you had to buy for, I think it was like 25 or 30 bucks. Joy Toy note: Small Joe's has the Sniper Mech in stock if you're interested. I'm passing on the Sniper Mech. I'm just not. I'm just not feeling it for some reason. I've asked this question multiple times, and I've had people retort with a silly answer. It doesn't really apply that way. But I'm not feeling a ghillie suit on a big ass mech that will stick out like a sore thumb. You know, a pimple on prom night. You know, you see it from a mile away. Um, People tried to retort with my sentiments about that with, well, they put camo on tanks. And I'm like, that's not how that works. You can't apply that same logic. That's not, no. That's not how that works. A mech that is about, well, an equivalent to a Joy Toy figure, probably around anywhere from 50 to 60 feet tall, with a huge ass sniper rifle. And I'm saying like the bullet on that sniper rifle, if it's the equivalent of a 50 cal, holy shit, it would have to be a humongous bullet. And then on top of that, he's walking around with a ghillie suit on. Like, what are we doing here? I just don't. I mean, I get by like just the design looks cool, and if you just want to get it for the design, but for me, I'm just like, yeah, moving on to the next thing. So I skipped it, and I'm not trying to diss anybody who likes it. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying it's just not my cup of tea. No, thank you. No, thank you. Terry, what's going on, bro? Hello, hello, hello. Double T, double T. That's TERRYTURNER. That's Terry Turner, double T, Terry Turner. I had to do that for him. It's me. Is it me, or is that a giant mech laying down over there in a big ghillie suit? I know, right? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I just like if you like it, that's great. Go for it. Go nuts, loving it. Great. I'm just the logic. I mean, I'm not trying to say there's logic with the Joy Toy because we're talking about big mechs here. But when you're trying to put a sniper role for a mech, I don't know. I just find that to be a little irrelevant. Why would a mech? How would a mech's ghillie suit hide from another mech? Wouldn't the mech have a heat signature, which then the other mechs would see if they can pick up on heat signatures? So, what does the ghillie suit really accomplish besides tricking stupid humans? I don't know. I get it's a form of camouflage, and I'm just asking that question for an effect, not really asking the question for an answer. But the one unmasked, Brenda wants to know the ODC, the unmasked one in the front. What is that series from? Okay, so this guy. So I took the head from the what was it? The Ascending Knight Batman. This guy, right? So I took the unmasked head from him, and I got the. This is a Mezco figure as well. It's called the from the House of the Golden Skulls figures, and this is just a regular ninja body that came with that figure set. That's what it's from, and he's got like a little backpack here with some sai, and this is pretty much the way the body came. I just thought it worked really well for like a young training Ninja Bruce. Kind of reminds me of a little bit, even with the backpack sash going across his chest. If I could find like a little bit of rope or something to put going across the other way, that would be great. Or I could just get some twine and do it. I might just do that actually. But I was kind of it kind of reminded me immediately as soon as I saw that body of the Arkham Origins DLC. What was it? The Initiation DLC. So I don't know. It just resonated with me, so I liked it. So I was like, yeah, I'll try to outsource that body at least and pick up. I already got the head, so I got the young Bruce head with the Ascending Knight, and then popped it on that body. The head is loose and it does fall off quite a bit. I'll just have to get some sticky tack for it, but it does sit on the neck pretty well, so you don't really have to do too much with it. So that's pretty nice. And once you get the sticky tack on there, the head will sit a little bit higher up, so he'll probably level out with the rest of the Mezco Batman too. Uh, the Amazing Jarman 66. What's going on, buddy? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Just finally enjoying my weekend here. My weekend has finally started. I work today. I have a odd work week schedules, but end of my work week is Saturday, so I am home. I had a very long day, Been up since what, 5:30 in the morning. So, do double T, double T, Terry Turner. Does the Foosh Ninja scale with the Mezco, or are they small? I'll show you right here. Got one right here. They are a little bit shorter. They kind of scale a little bit shorter even than I want to say Marvel Legends, but I still think it can work. I mean, when we talk about scale here, everyone has a different body type, different body size, different body height. Everyone ranges. So I still think they can work, especially if you're doing, photography, action figure photography. I think they work fine. They are, like I said, a little bit shorter, and they're a little bit on the skinnier side. But I mean, if you take, essentially what he's wearing off, and Batman's supposed to be what, 6'2" and 220 pounds. You could say maybe he's just a little bit shorter. He's like 5'9", and he's 170 pounds. You can go with that. And ninjas are supposed to be lighter on their feet, so he could be a smaller frame guy. So I could see that happening. You know, not everybody's got to be the same height. You know. But yeah, I think it works well. Yeah, no problem, Woodman. Absolutely, absolutely. And plus, ninjas are usually short in real life, like 5'4". Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, so it makes even more sense. Um, so it's perfect. Yeah, and pretty much all of them are around this size. I don't think, unless they have their hair on, it might be a little bit taller with the hair if they have like a hair piece on. But yeah, they work well. That's what I'm using for my League of Assassins and Ninjas. So that's what we're going with. I'm really looking forward to some more rogues. I know we've gotten now. Now we're gonna have what, one, two. I'm trying to think of this on my head from McFarlane. One Mississippi, two Mississippi, three Mississippi. I think we have like three or four different versions of Joker. There was the 2-pack Arkham Joker. There's the single carded release Joker from Arkham Asylum. Then there's the Joker that I picked up, which was kind of I think it was the Rebirth one, but to me that looks like a traditional Joker because a lot of the Rebirth stuff looks traditional to me. The majority, I want to say the most of it does to me. But what else? We also got the couple others, right? We got the White Knight version of them and a few others. I think it's like five or six, and now they're coming out with three more. It's like, all right, we get it. You like Batman and you like the Joker. Now let's move on to some other stuff. Now come on, let's get it going. The infected Jokers, yes, yes, exactly. Like we've gotten a lot of Joker stuff, and it's like, okay, we get it. You like the Joker. Let's move on to the Penguin. Maybe we could do that. That exists. Raish. Can we get some Raish Al Ghul up in here, please? I feel like Raish always gets pushed to the back burner, and he's a bigger. Personally, I think Raish is a bigger threat than the Joker, and a lot of the people just knob on that Joker dinger, but not me. I don't know. I think Raish is probably the one of the biggest threats. Clayface is a huge threat. I think if they ever like used him properly, yeah, big threat. Not only physically, but could cause some emotional issues with Bruce too. And he kind of has in the past, where Clayface has, you know, disguised as whether it was the Joker or whether it was Jason Todd or Hush or the plethora of other people. Bruce's parents, he's done that before. But Clayface is another one of my top. He's way up in the list of top favorites. Man Bat, let's get. I mean, all I want to see from McFarlane is a friggin' Man Bat. Like, I don't even care if he did his own version of it. Like, just please give me a Man Bat. I don't care if it's a deluxe figure. I want an updated Man Bat. I have the DCUC one. I have the San Diego Comic Con one too. I have the animated series one, which thank God I'm glad I held on to that. I'm still kicking myself for not getting the animated Clayface one because that thing goes for like ridiculous, like $250 now. Just stupid. But yeah, Freeze, Mr. Freeze. I could see him probably doing Mr. Freeze sooner than later. Still on the fence if I want to get that Mezco Mr. Freeze, but that shit's pretty much sold out, so that ship has sailed. But yeah, as far as McFarlane goes, I mean, the world is his oyster. I mean, he's got all of these characters to work with, and we're all pretty much only getting Joker and the Batman. It's like, okay, we get it. We got the goddamn Batman already. Let's can I get a Martian Manhunter over here, please? What do we have to do to get some Martian Manhunter in my life? Condiments King. McFarlane should do all the Arkham game characters and possibly do all the Gotham lineup. Yeah, I agree with that. I would love that. I mean, he already did, what was it? He released the Arkham Asylum Batman, which is an awesome figure. I like the way it looks, the stature, the accessories. He did the 2-pack with the Joker. I mean, why not? I mean, why not do it? I think an update for those figures. And don't get me wrong, like I love the old DC Direct one / DC Collectibles figures, and I have the majority of them. I even got the Origins ones with Copperhead, and I have both versions of Killer Croc and all that fun stuff. But man, those figures don't hold up, man. They don't, like, and I mean literally, to the literal sense of they don't hold up. They literally just disintegrate. Like my Origins Killer Croc, I had to glue his arm and his leg back together, and it just like I just heard a crash one day off the shelf, and his leg was just clear plastic. So that's when they were doing the clear plastic stuff. They just couldn't get enough of that shit back then. That's why I was so pumped when DC Direct or DC in general teamed up with McFarlane, because I knew, I was like, well, at least he'll put out quality stuff. Like the sculpts are going to be stellar. So I was pretty excited about that. Power Girl and Mr. Terrific would be amazing. I love me some Mr. Terrific. More characters. I would do a whole line of the New Gods, man. I mean, you could just rifle through that shit. How come we haven't got a more traditional looking Dark Side yet? I mean, we're getting a lot of like the modern comic stuff, and I get that's the relevant stuff, but come on, man. Like, I get it. Like, we got DC Universe Classics, but there's a shit ton of people that missed out on those. I am not one of those. Like, I have the majority of those still, and I don't think I'll ever sell my DC UCs. Those are just a special item right there. Those are just too special to me. I could never, ever part with those figures. I love them. But, you know, a lot of people missed out on those, and those starting to go up for a premium. You know, just wait a few more years, and those will be probably a hot item, because, damn, DCUCs. There was just a different feeling, and I say this a lot with DC Universe Classics whenever I reminisce about that line. I just got a different feeling every time I was hunting for a figure with them. And I've never gotten that feeling with any other toy line. As much as I love all the other toy lines I've collected over the years, never got that same feeling as hunting for DC Universe Classics. Whether it was frustration trying to find them at Walmart, which you never did, or whether it was trying to go to Target and find them, or order them online, or work through eBay, you know. Still, when you got that figure, it was like you knew it was special, you know. Solomon Grundy is another awesome one, and it's. I can see the argument of it's hard to top the DC Universe Classics, because the Solomon Grundy Collecting Connect was an awesome wave and an awesome figure. There's a lot of Beast Wars figures made of clear plastic too. Yeah, yeah. I could see that happening, Terry. Ninja character from the animated series would be cool. Oh, what's his name? Come on, come on. I don't want to see if someone wrote it down. I have to know this for myself. Oh my god, I know it's like on the tip of my tongue, but I can't spit it out. What is it? What's his name? Oh my god, this is gonna bother me. I just watched this episode like yesterday. Both of those episodes where he comes back and kidnaps the sensei's daughter to learn that pressure point kill poke of doom, the finger poke of doom. I call it. I just call it that because it's funny. Oh my god, what is his name? It's oh my god. Someone's gonna say it. Someone's gonna say it. I know it. Dem Guts, what's going on, buddy? Oh my god, what is his name? Shit. I hate it when this happens because it'll bother me, and I literally just watched the damn episode the other day. I'd love to see a Bullock figure. Yeah, man, we don't have enough. We only got, what was it, that one animated one? And why? Ask me this. Kyodai. There we go. I got it. Yes. Before anybody else. Kyodai. There we go. I knew it was on the tip of my tongue. I knew it was in the head. It was in my head. The hamster fell off the wheel for a second. He jumped right back on there. But yeah, he had a big tattoo of the what was it, that devil's head and flames on his back. Kyodai. But yeah, I just watched the second episode with Kyodai in it, and it was pretty good. But yeah, back to the Bullock stuff. The Bullock, yeah, he keeps getting the shaft, and I thought it would have been really cool because they featured him in Arkham Origins, and I thought it would have been really awesome if they would have featured him a little bit more in Arkham Knight. I thought that would have made sense, especially with the heavy focus on the GCPD. But they didn't. They didn't. He wasn't even in the damn station, and I'm like, why would you not include Bullock in this story? Come on, you could even have like a side mission with Bullock involved or something, like featured in it or something like that. You know, like a DLC part of the season of Infamy that they did. They could have done that. They didn't put him in the game at all. I was like, damn, why you do this? I don't know. Thought you meant the ninja. Oh yeah, no, you're good. You are good, bro. There's Gotham Bullock figure. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Gotham show. I know people like it, but yeah, that shit's not for me. Can't do that. When we got little kid version of everybody on the show, I'm like, yeah, okay, CW, I know what you're trying to do. Just go back to being CW. I will say this: my girlfriend and I just started watching. I should stop saying my girlfriend. Her name is Jen. Jen and I just started watching. What was it? Superman and Lois, and it's pretty cool. It's all right. We're up to the first like 5 episodes we're in. It's okay. It's not bad for a CW show. And normally I don't like CW shows because CW shows have this way of being very teeny bopper about them. And I get that's probably the age demographic, but I got like what was it, to season 2 of The Flash, and I was like, yeah, I can't watch this shit anymore. I put down Arrow a long time ago. Like a long time ago. I think it was like, what was it, season 3 or 3, I think, I was like, yeah, I'm done. I can't do this shit anymore. It just started getting too much of the same formula over and over again, where there's tons of talking, nothing happening, and there's tons of filler episodes. And it's just like, yeah, I'm good on that, you know? Yeah, yeah, same dim guts, same Chelsea. The same would be the first person to drop the bionic elbow on me. Gaz always he's trying to drop bows on people. I'm just kidding. Yeah, Bullock would definitely be an awesome like, and I feel like if McFarlane did Bullock, I just always keep saying that. I'm like, if he does something, if he does a character, he's gonna do it really well. He'll either go way above and beyond that what he needed to do, or he'll do it just right. You know, like the bat. What was it? The bat. What's it called? The new vehicle where I think it's. If I know correctly, if I'm wrong, please do not feel bad about correcting my ass because if I'm wrong, I don't want to sound like an idiot. But the new Bat Monster Mobile, whatever it is, the Bat, I don't know what it's called. I can't remember what the hell it's called. Anyway, I'll have to look it up so I don't sound like a moron when I'm talking. But let's see. No, I don't want that. I want. Where is it? DC. There we go. So let's see what the hell this thing's called. It's called the Batmobile. So if I'm correct, the Batmobile is in this universe. Batman is technically the Batmobile. If I'm wrong, like let me just say, if I'm wrong, please correct me. But from what I have heard, from what I know, he no, that's not true then. Because now I'm seeing photos. Wait, no, is that it? No, is it? I don't know. But anyway, regardless, he's using a monster truck. Why does Batman need a monster truck? I don't know. I'm just not about that monster truck life. I was when I was 12. I'm not gonna lie. I went to the Sky Dome a few times because I'm originally from Buffalo, New York. I would go to the Sky Dome, Toronto, and watch monster truck rallies all the time, and it was a lot of fun when I was 12. I don't need Batman in a monster truck. Why we do this? I don't know, but I don't need it. Not in my life. Maybe in yours, but not in mine. Moving on. So and the fact that we got a Batmobile before we got a goddamn Batmobile, it's a little bit ludicrous. Let me just put that statement out there. It's a little bit ludicrous. Would love to see a Titan show line series. Yeah, I would actually enjoy a Titan series line too because I actually like the costume designs more than I like the show. The show's not. It has its moments of when it pisses me off and it does stupid shit. And I'm like, yeah, the writer doesn't know what he's doing here. And I know Jeff Johns is attached to it, so there's a lot of Jeff John isms in in that show, and you can tell. Like Bruce Wayne is used horribly, and I get they can't use Batman. They can talk about him and they can show Bruce Wayne, but they can't use Batman, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. But and I think it's like a licensing thing. They can't do it. Or if Batman is spread too thin, they can't. There's like weird rules with Batman as a character. But anyway, Yeah, I love the costume designs are fantastic. I think Dove has one of my favorite costume designs. Hawk and Dove, those costumes look amazing in from that show. Whoever does the costume design is pretty on point with that shit. Yeah, Gaz, you couldn't get into Gotham either. Yeah, Josh, you said Flash was the worst. Turned into Family Matters. It really did. Like it turned into like Gossip Girl meets the C the what's it what was that called the I almost said the CW, but I meant to say the what the fuck was the name of that MTV show? Uh the QC or no, that's quality control. The QC. I called it the QC. I meant to say the what was it called? The OC. Yeah, it was like the OC meets Melrose Place or some shit. I don't know. It was so teeny bopper and so like, oh, my feelings for him, and I can't say anything about it, and we're gonna just drag this on for another season. And I'm like, just shut up and make out already. Good lord, is that how this shit works? Where we just drag on the feelings of someone, just either like them or don't, and tell them, and if they don't like you, then you move on, right? That's what you do in life. You ask someone out on a date. If they tell you go take a hike, then you go take a hike, and they move on. You move on. Both go your separate ways, and you're both happier for it because you know it wasn't gonna work, right? I would love to see. Oh yeah, we already went through that. But yeah, Joe Man Pro. I would like that. Um, I like season one Flash, but then it got boring. Yeah, I agree, Woodman. Them got any cheese? When Arrow stopped wearing the costume and wore uh, when Arrow stopped wearing the costume and the whole secrets crap. Yeah. Well, and on top of that, he like turned into Batman, and I'm like, huh? No, you guys didn't get Ollie right. You screwed up Ollie. You turned him into brooding Bruce Wayne, like young brooding Bruce Wayne. Stop doing that. Ollie is, if you guys know Ollie, and I'm sure you all do here, but those of you that don't know Ollie, he is nothing like Bruce Wayne. Personality wise, nope. Nice collection. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks, Joss. Um, they should do a Wildcat show. I would like that. I think if they did like a mini series, that would be sweet. I think that would work for him. Um, I still want, you know what I want really bad? This could be a very small, maybe like a 7-part episode, but the Spectre. And just do it very dark horror themed. Give me a Spectre miniseries, please. I've been begging for that since that little, what was it, DC Shorts short came out. And this is years and years ago. I want to say probably like 6 or 7 years ago this came out. But look it up. It's the Spectre. It gives off that kind of Batman the Animated Series feel, but even darker than that. And I mean darker by tone, not actually darker. But it gives off creepy vibes. Same thing with the Doctor Fate DC short. There's a lot of just gold pieces in those DC shorts. I'm telling you. I picked the DC animated Two Face. Nice. The wait DC animated. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That one. I want to say a lot of the animated figures. I'm really like kicking myself in the ass that I didn't get more of them. Like I'm happy I have these two. He goes with my Justice League figures, and
he pretty much just chills right over there all the time, right? And you can't see it because I'm pointing off camera. He's pretty much over there most of the time because I just like staring at him. I gotta somehow find my vintage one, and I'd like to do kind of like a little comparison video between the two, but I keep forgetting things. ADD's a some bitch. Dusty, hey Dad, what the hell? The hell is that? What is that photo? The shit is that? But yeah, that DC animated Two Face is a really solid one. The white and the black suit, just that overall design for that character in the animated show looked great. Um, those heavy metal Batman figs at Target are like $5. Heavy metal, really? Come on. I agree. The heavy metal stuff, it's just, uh, what are we doing here? Why are we wasting our energy and time and effort into heavy metal Batman? I don't. Now we're just going down the Spider-Man route where it's just like, let's just do a little bit of everything for this character because we're running out of ideas. It's like, well, let's just focus on stories that make sense here. So just doing Elseworld Batman. I don't know. That shit gets, I don't know, really lame to a certain degree because you're just essentially just changing the landscape for a character. And I get it has a story. It's not a good story, but I get it has a story. I did. It's just like you're just changing the scenery, like I said, for the sake of doing it. It doesn't. It's not a necessary thing to do. Those heavy. Oh yeah, I already read that. With that same actor, couldn't stand him. Let me go back and see what he's talking about. Just do the. Oh yeah, the Wildcat show. Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. I know what you mean, Jossie. Um, I only like Starfire on the Titan show. All right, who's hotter, Starfire or her sister? Go, cause I'm going with the sister. You heard it here first. I think the sister is a little bit hotter. The sister is a little bit hotter. That's what I think. I love Hawk and Dove. Yeah, Hawk and Dove could have their own damn show. They are some of the best characters on that show, but I'm not gonna give away any spoilers here. But maybe they could do a show about a different period in time. But I would have loved a Hawk and Dove show. Just like a little short, like I said, another just spin off short series, maybe like 1 or 2 seasons. That's it. That's all you got to do. Or even just one season. You do, a little bit more episodes. You do something like 15 episodes for them. Call it a day, man. Because I feel like there's a lot of meat and potatoes there you could work with. Both actors really, you could tell, liked the characters. And I feel like there's a more of a contained story to tell with Hawk and Dove. I don't know. I just really like their suit designs, the actors that portrayed them, and the characters as well. I thought both actors kind of had some chemistry with each other, and I thought it worked. I mean, they did essentially tell a good story with Titans, I think, but I don't know. I every time, and this is a shame. Every time I see Barbara Gordon, I want to turn it off because that's not Barbara Gordon to me. Um, Barbara Gordon is not a bitchy, miserable woman. You know, she's a very lovable, light-hearted, genuine person. On Titan, she just seems like a bitch on wheels. Literally, a bitch on wheels. Like, even Jen was saying that. We're sitting there watching it. She's like, "What is this woman's problem? What is she so pissed off about all the time?" And the whole commissioner thing, making her commissioner, I'm like, yeah, No. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. All right. I hate the fact that Titan's Robin can't glide when he fell off the building. Yeah, I know, right? Because or grappled or used anything out of his utility belt. I feel like sometimes I find myself saying that. Like, you have a utility belt. Use it. I'm sure you have suction cups in that sumbitch. I'm sure you have some sort of claws, climbing claws in that sumbitch. You have to use something in your utility belt. It's not there for aesthetics. Use it. I'd like to see that. You know, you really don't. The movies and the shows really don't focus enough on the actual utility belt and what it can do for the character. Like, that's a tool on its own for, plot. You'll see all the time in Batman the Animated Series, he used his utility belt. Like, whether it got cut off of him, whether someone went after it, whether someone tried to steal it, whether it was him constantly grabbing at it to pull something out, what he always used his utility belt. And when he lost it, he was like, "Oh God, what am I gonna do?" And it was, he had to do some MacGyver shit. It was interesting, but yeah. The whole Red Hood thing was really poorly done. I got to be honest with you guys. I was not feeling the whole Red Hood, well, from what I've seen, which is I think pretty much up to date. I might be one or two episodes back, but the last one I saw was with him and all the flashbacks with Bruce, and I'm just like, this whole Red Hood story arc has been, I don't know, pieces of it are definitely ripped right off the page from Arkham Knight, some of them. And then others are just poorly done on a lot of levels. So I don't know. Personally, I'm just not feeling that whole Red Hood thing. The character design, I think, looks pretty good, and how they, the suit design and everything looks good. I I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me, and it's okay if you guys disagree. I don't care. I'm just not feeling that actor for Jason. He's too pretty boyish. I feel like Jason needs to be a little bit more rugged, and that guy is just too pretty boy. If I don't know, I just can't. Yeah, I need him to be a little bit more rugged. Especially if he's, like one scene he's normal, next scene he's getting beat to death by the Joker out of nowhere, and it's like, wait, what? Huh? Wait, what just happened? Raise his hand, teacher. I have a question. No, no, I don't get. No, you're not gonna answer. You're not gonna let me answer the question. Okay. Especially because of Hawk. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Red Hood is trash in the show. Yeah, it really ruined it. And you guys, like, I'm a big Red Hood fan, and when he's used properly, it's great. When they misuse him, he's the drizzling shits. Like, it's not, you know. The pink wig threw you off. I'm trying to go back here. I missed a couple. I'm talking about the actual Wildcat show, rated R on HBO Max. Hard punching, bloody fist action. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know about that one. Guess. Savage Dragon movie starring The Rock. That could work. I still root for a Swamp Thing show. I agree, man. I always root for Swamp Thing because he's such a good character. If someone could just write for him, please. Like it, oh, I think it's because his character design it throws people off, and they're like, I can't relate to this. Duh, duh, duh. I hate when people say that. I can't. Well, with Batman, I can relate to his character. I'm like, really? You can relate to Batman on what level other than being a human being? Tell me what other level you can relate to Batman. Because unless your parents were murdered in front of you, you're a billionaire. You can do whatever you want. You can buy whatever you want. You're a crime fighter. You know, you have anxiety. You have, you're a sociopath essentially. I don't. Maybe those are the things that you can relate to, but I don't. I enjoy the character of Batman, but I don't really relate to him unless we're talking only solely that he's a human being and I'm a human being. Is that it? But people just tend to I love Superman. On certain personality levels, I can relate to Superman. So when he makes a decision, I can relate to that. I don't really have personality wise anything in common with Batman. I don't. I really don't. I'm more like Clark than Batman. Batman's kind of a miserable prick. I'm going to be honest with you guys. On the Titan show, not sure. Both are pretty. Um, Funny thing is, I didn't like Starfire when I saw the pics. Yeah, I didn't like it either. And then it like once I saw it, yeah, I'm right there with you, Jossie. When I saw the show, then I was like, okay, yep, it works. It absolutely works. It absolutely worked. And she's gorgeous too. The pink wig threw you off, yeah. Yep. It's at times it's a bit too poofy. Like it's a bit too much. It's like the wig's taking over her head. And I'm just like, yeah, take it easy with the wig and you know. Adam West Batman was more resourceful than Red Hood was trash on the show. Okay, now I'm catching up here. Especially because of Hawk. Yep, I agree. No facial hair. It looks too soft. Yeah, it just the actor that plays Red Hood, I can't get behind that. He's too Abercrombie. And I'm like, yeah, no, go fall into the gap somewhere. And no, no. I feel like let me think of an actor that would play a good Jason. That's around that 19. Well, I think he's around. Well, Dick is something like 20 in his early 20s. Jason's not too far behind him. I think he's around 2021. And then Tim is around 17 to 18. Depending on the timeline, yes, I know. And then Damien is a little bitch. And he's, I think, around 13 to 14. But if we're talking Jason and we're talking 20-year-old Jason, 20-year-old Jason, huh? What am I thinking of here? This is going to be tough. I don't know. I'll have to think of something. I will think of something, though. I'm heading out. Okay, Woodman, take it easy, buddy. Thanks for popping in. I might head out soon, too, myself. But Red Hood actor that looks like Batwoman actor without the lipstick. Yeah. Yeah, I feel you on that. I'm trying to think who in the world. Let me just see. You definitely got to look a little bit more rugged. You can't look that runway model-ish. He's too runway model, and that hair with the I don't know. I'm not the hair. No, like I say, he's just a bit too Abercrombie for me. That guy. Let's see. Let's see. A younger, I think like a younger Jensen Ackles could work as Red Hood. Like if we had 20-year-old Jensen Ackles, that could work. This kid, he's got the pouty lip. He kind of looks like he does kind of look like Batwoman a little bit. Like when he's got the domino mask on, he doesn't. I can't take him seriously. If that kid showed up in front of me and was like, "I'm gonna kick your ass," I'd be like, I'd start laughing at his face. I'd be like, "Bro, get the fuck out of my face with that shit. You better take your ass back to, um, better take your ass back to, what is it? Oh my god, I can't think of anything today. The Twilight universe." Take your ass back there. And it's funny because Jensen Ackles also voiced Red Hood and Under the Red Hood. Of a lot of people are saying Shia LaBeouf. No, no, he's too whiny. He's way too whiny. Um, Maybe this kid. I don't know his name though. What the hell was he in? I think. Let's see here. Garrett Hedlund from Tron. Oh yeah, from Tron. Okay, I could see that. I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people want Adrian Brody as the Joker. I'm like, I don't know if he can do that. I mean, Adrian Brody's he's a pretty good actor, but I mean, probably he could. I mean, a lot of people said a lot of things about a lot of actors, so who knows? And Tim's a tough one too. That was three T's in a row. Tim's a tough one too. Um, yeah, he's a good. And Jensen Ackles has actually been doing the voice of Batman too. I think, and he's killing it as Batman too. And what was it, The Long Halloween? I thought he did a really good job as Batman. Yeah, just I can't. You're so Abercrombie, bro. I can't do it. I can't do that, bro. What was it? No, no, Shia LaBeouf. Get the boofers out of my face. I get, yeah, no, no. Some people are saying the guy that played Iceman. I don't ever know his name. I just call him the guy that played Iceman in the X-Men, the shitty X-Men films. They want him as Red Hood, and I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm good on that too. You can keep that one for yourself. Tom Hilden. I think that's the name of the dude I was just talking about from. Oh no, I'm talking about Garrett. Garrett, no, Tom Head blah blah blah. What was his name? I can't type apparently. Are you talking about Tom Holland? Because no, no Tom Holland in the DC universe. I'm trying to think who could be Tim, a Timmy Time, Timmy Time. I don't know, but anyway, I digress. So I'll be sitting here picking my brain all night trying to figure out who could be. Oh, you know what? You know who could be a good Tim? Oh, what the hell's his name from? Uh, Taron Egerton could be a great Tim. Could have been a great Tim. I think that His look perfectly exemplifies a Tim. And that's the dude from the. What's wrong with me? The. What's wrong with me? Because I love those movies. I can't think of anything tonight. I'm like so dehydrated and I can't think of the Kingsman movies. So that dude is Tim. Then you've got Jensen Ackles as and I'm not talking about modern day Jensen Ackles. I'm talking about younger Jensen Ackles, younger Tyrion Edgerton as Tim. And then for Dick, I actually don't mind the actor that plays Dick. I think he just plays him too seriously. Like Dick has to talk shit when he fights people. Like he pisses people off when he talks to people. He'll make fun of you while he's kicking your ass. That's the whole point of no Spider-Man in the DC universe. I agree. What's your idea of a Justice League video game? Justice League video game. That's a. I mean, it's not as tough. A lot of people say like you can't put Superman in a video game because it's just too easy. You'll make it too easy playing as Superman. Superman has all of like, and I feel like that's just an excuse for people to make to not have a Superman video game because they just don't have an original thought in their head when they think of what to do with Superman. It's the same people that say he's boring, which he's not. You just don't get the character. If someone says Superman's boring, automatically I immediately think you know nothing about the character, therefore your opinion is invalid, and there's the door. Goodbye. Superman 64. Why you gotta bring that up, Terry? Why you gotta bring that shit up? Yes, there is a Young Justice video game, but Justice League video game. Personally, I think you could definitely work it. I don't know why we're getting a Suicide Squad video game before a Justice League video game. I think that's kind of blasphemous. That and I don't really give a shit about the Suicide Squad, to be honest with you. I think the Suicide Squad works better as a Dirty Dozen movie. Obviously, that's what they've been doing. But as far as a video game goes for Justice League, I think if you break it up into different sections and the story has to be enough. Like you can't just throw Darkseid in there, and that's the big villain, you know, because that's just like a cop out. I feel like. I think you kind of have to do the Legion of Doom. You have to kind of do that with the Justice League. I think it does make sense, but if you have them already starting off, see, I don't know. I'd have to think about this. It's something I'd have to think about and then come up with like an idea. Just thinking off the top of my head, I would definitely want something to do with the LOD. I think that would be pretty awesome. But I would definitely want some Brainiac in there somewhere. I need my Brainiac fix. The fact that he's not in a movie drives me a little bit nuts at times. I mean, hell, I mean, you could do if they did a Doomsday movie properly, you could use the entire Justice League just for Doomsday. But then again, you're just throwing a bunch of Justice Leaguers in there to get smacked around. You know, it's kind of like, eh. If they ever did a Superman movie where it was like the death of Superman and kind of like the animated movies where they came out with the death of Superman and then the reign of Superman, if they ever did that in live action form, I'm sure lots of people would love to still see that. It's still a hot commodity. It still makes sense. It wasn't necessarily the best story written at the time, but there's other ways to make it interesting, you know? The overall premise of the story made sense. But Plot twist: it's Injustice 2, where Superman's evil. Yeah, I don't know. The whole Superman evil thing is kind of a cop out. It's another thing to the people use an excuse to say that Superman's not interesting, so we have to make him evil. No, you just don't know. Yet again, we don't know anything about the character. We don't know how to write for him because we don't know anything about the character. So we just make him evil, and now I just blew people's minds, even though it's been done 1,000 times over. Sorry, I'm being very pessimistic right now. Can't help it. But yeah, I think I'll end it here. I've been going on long enough. I'm 95 minutes in, and but yeah, I just wanted to celebrate Batman Day here. Shoot the shit with you guys as always. Nothing too serious here. Like I said, I already shot the Bat Cycle video. If they made a Superman video game, make it on the PS5 Spider-Man game with red faction physics. Yeah, they could do that. The flying mechanics would have to be really well done. I mean, really well done. I think with a Superman video game, you would definitely have to be able to travel into space and do stuff. You would definitely have to be, and if not, then the map would have to be like crazy huge, or you have to be able to fast travel from city to city and handle different sections. You would probably have to keep it open world. That's what I would do, just off the top of my head. I would definitely do an open world with Superman. You want to be able to fly to different sections of maps at a quick, steady pace. And if the map is so big where you have to set up separate maps where you have to do kind of like a fast travel system where he flies, I mean, maybe you could do something like The Sims 3 where you have just a huge map, or something like the Arkham games where you have this enormous map, but it's got to be from city to city because he travels further than Batman. So he travels further than and faster than anybody, pretty much. I think a Flash game could work really well too. They'll never give it. They'll also never give. I think Green Lantern game could work really awesome. I don't know. I just pretty much say any character you could work with. They just choose to only do Batman games. It's Batman or bust. You know, that's their cash cow. They just keep going back to them. Yeah, he must leap buildings. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there has to be building breaking mechanics within that game. Like you throw someone, you pick up Mongol and throw him through a friggin' skyscraper, and he crashes through it. You got to be able to have those physics in the game, and they have to look good and work. You can't just do quick time events during a story mode because then you're gonna feel very hampered with Superman. But they can make it work. I just keep hearing the excuse that it can't happen, or you can't work, and I'm like, you're just saying it can't. It can work. You can do it. Where there's will, there's a way. Um, Hulk Ultimate Destruction on PS2 was the best open world. I never played that, unfortunately. I'll have to check it out though. Yeah, the Flash game. Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely, Terry. I agree. Yeah, you could definitely have like slower, like kind of like Batman's fear takedowns, but on a different, higher, a bigger scaled level, where when Flash is running around, it's kind of like that fear takedown where you could kind of slow mo, like hone in on people, like on crooks or whatever and stuff like that. That could work. Flash can run up buildings, jump, run up, flip off the building, run right back down. I mean, there's so much you could do with the Flash character. He can just continuously just run through an entire city, flat-footed, and just go right through that. He can, the having different vibrating mechanics where he can vibrate through something or into something, and pull something out. That would be pretty cool. But there's different stuff like that that you could totally use and totally do, and we just keep getting excuses as to why they can't do it. Oh, we can't do that. But why can't you do that? Because Superman's boring. That's all we get, is that excuse. Oh, well, he's got every power. It'd be too hard. Well, no, not really. But you also have to use the logic. I do see a lot of like mismanaged Superman logic. Like Superman, if he gets into a fight and he knows that the fight is it's not beyond him, because there's not a whole lot that's beyond him. But if the fight is beyond the city's capabilities, he will take that shit outside the city immediately. He's not a buffoon. Like, people just think he's a punching idiot. Like he's some dude bro that's just like, oh, I'm going to punch your face in and show everybody and look like a rock star. No, that's not Superman. Clark is not like that. Clark is much more genuine, much more humble, and genuinely just gives a shit. So he would take that shit outside of the city limits, but you don't see that a lot in the live action stuff. You don't see a lot of that in, video game form, and they just make him evil every time, and it's just like, cut that shit out. Please stop that shit. It's just annoying at this point. Anyway, but yeah. With Sonic the Hedgehog lock on physics, right? Sonic 06, yeah. Yeah. For the Flash, absolutely. I think that works. It does work. Absolutely. But I think I'm going to end it here. I would definitely love to discuss this more, especially the video game portion, because I still, and as much as I say this, I want Superman video game, Flash, or even just a Justice League video game. And you could even spread those out into different sections, but I'm still going off on a tangent here. I got to stay on track here. Anyway, point I'm trying to make is that I would still love one more Arkham game, and I think there's room to fit one in, somewhere between Origins and Arkham Asylum. You could work that in. They touched on the Barbara Gordon DLC just before Arkham Asylum happened, so it does technically take place before or after Origins and into Asylum, so that could work. I think that would be pretty cool. And yeah, I think there's still like room for one more. I'm not really feeling the whole Gotham or Arkham Knights game. I don't. I'm not a big RPGer, and I think to give roles to Nightwing and have him upgrade stuff, I'm just like, yeah, I'm not feeling that. I don't. I'm gonna pass on that one. It's a hard pass on that one. Evil Superman from the second movie, drunk and all, right? It's the only good one. He said, "Oof." But yeah, okay. Anyway, I'll end it here, and I'll stop just babbling. I'm babbling now. It's like what was it in what was it? Maverick, the movie Maverick with Mel Gibson. Darling, honey, you're babbling, honey. When she tells Maverick he's babbling, I don't know. Something about Jodie Foster with that southern accent, saying you're babbling. I always just harness that for some reason in my head. Stop babbling and pet me. You could have Soup's off world or something. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you could totally have him just between, you know, hell. I mean, even team up with for a few missions with Green Lantern. Excuse me, Green Lantern. Um, but yeah, you could have him on Apocalypse. I mean, you could have him playing with the. I mean, you could even do just like a DC New Gods and have Superman featured in there as well, or just have him as the main character and call it New Gods and just I mean, there's so much they can do, and they're just not doing it, just not doing it, you know. But yeah, you could definitely. I agree, Andy. You could probably definitely have him off world and just I mean, everyone wants to play as Superman. I mean, it's fun to play as Batman, but I would love to play as Superman. It would. I think it would just be like you have the freedom to do so much stuff. There's like I don't know. I just think it would be so awesome. It would just be awesome, and he's due. Superman needs to get his just due. He needs to get more movies. He needs to be more in the limelight. Like we get so much Batman stuff. And I know I'm sitting here on Batman Day. I'm not shitting on Batman, but we do get so much Batman, and Clark gets like he's the redhead stepchild. And it's like, come on, man. Like, no, it's Superman then Batman. Like that's just the order of operations right there. That's how it works. Superman came first, then Batman came a year later. It's like, come on, get it together, get it together there. I'm still waiting on another Shazam movie. Hopefully, we get that one day. But I don't know what's going on with the DCU. I still want Henry Cavill as my Superman. Please and thank you. But I do like the guy that plays Clark in the Superman Lois show. He's pretty. I think he's pretty good. I love the fact that they did that classic suit on him in the beginning, where they showed in the beginning of the show. That shit looked great with the black and the S and the symbol. It looks so good. Anyway, I digress. I'm sitting here, but yeah, I will let you guys go. And like I said, happy Batman Day. I know it's now past Batman Day. We went into the next day from Batman Day. But like I said, it's a lot of fun just sitting here, shooting the shit, talking about these characters that we all love. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I will see you guys.